Rachel. Oh no, we're not saying names.
Hey guys, Seedoeatreview. If you could see what happens behind the camera. Anyway,
Nothing.
welcome, Nicole, Virago Circus. Tell the people, so I'll get my composure, tell the people what Virago Circus is bringing to the Adelaide Fringe, Nicole.
So we are bringing back Flight, which was our first ever show last year. We premiered for Adelaide Fringe 2022 at the incredible Pirate Life Brewing. They have been so supportive, can't stress that enough. And then we did Club Flight for Cabaret Fringe. So yes, we are bringing Flight back to Adelaide Fringe this year. Similar concept, but slightly different. Hopefully a little bit more exciting.
I saw it last year, guys, and you probably find it in my reviews as well. But first time, the concept of circus troupe, is that the genre we call it there?
Circus,
Inside,
acrobats, aerialists.
Inside Pirate Life Brewery in Port Adelaide. It's just a unique composition. Not inside a tent, relaxed, laid back.
Yep.
Have a beer while watching some amazing, talented performers, some Australian winners. Someone got first place, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
We won't talk about it though, will we? Come and see her. What can people expect to see? What type of circus troupe acts can we see? I don't think it's circus. I just think it's amazing aerialists. That's what I put it down as.
Yes. So we did last year mostly have aerial acts, and we've been really keen on trying to get more ground acts in, and we've been really overwhelmed and really, really blessed to have lots of people show their interest in performing their acts. So this year we've got a few new acts. We've got a hula act. We've also got a canes act. So we still have 4 aerial acts, but we've got 2 ground acts.
Canes, can you describe that to people who don't know canes?
So canes are often they're set on like a round platform, and you've got two poles and then almost like little blocks on the top, and you essentially handstand.
I call that hand balancing.
Yeah.
Hand balancing. You got professional names for it.
No, to be honest, like I'm a novice when it comes to ground
really?
acts, so I might not have even got that correct.
Nicole's is a silks expert. What else? We've got aerial pole. Damn,
Yes,
I got
fly
that right.
pole, aerial pole.
Chains this year as well.
Chains, yes.
Is that as painful as it sounds?
Yes. Now, I just refuse to put my body through that. But we have an incredible artist who makes it look like it's not painful, but it is.
I see some training videos behind the scenes, and I see bruises as well. And this is what I love seeing, that all South Australian talent.
I believe we have one artist from Victoria. Yes.
Support Victorians.
From Vic.
But I love just seeing artists who don't get the recognition from, the public for all the hard work they put in. And this show really showcases some South Australian, one Victorian talent that will absolutely amaze you guys. If you see my review, I gave it 5 stars, but I can't talk it up enough. And I'm not saying it because Nicole's here. I'm saying it because I got a beer. I got to watch some great performances. What are Pirate Life bringing to the performance?
Well, I mean, they're obviously supplying us with the beautiful tasting room, which we have transformed a little bit this time round. There's now a little bit more space in the tasting room. So there used to be a little bar in the corner, but that's gone now.
Okay.
And our wonderful friend Aaron, who is the most innovative rigger ever, the rigging existed last year. We put it in June for Cab Fringe.
Yep.
So it's a beautiful point. I think we've got about 13 metres of clearance, and the seating is going to be a bit different this year, just for optimising viewing because of the type of space it is.
It is. I got in your way last year as well. I remember that.
No, never.
Music. What music is being blended in? Have a drink, have a beer, watch some performances, and listen to some good music. What music are we bringing?
So I guess we like to have the artists feel comfortable with the song that they're performing to. And I feel like we also really wanted to make sure that it reflected the vibe of pirate life. So still sticking with the notion of, similar to a beer tasting, it starts off a bit lighter and then it gets a little bit heavier, a little bit bolder.
Yeah.
So the music should reflect that as well, but some slightly unique tracks, maybe not your typical mainstream music.
Yep.
So.
And as a beer connoisseur, God, I sound like a wanker saying that. You start with a lighter beer, I'm guessing.
Yes.
South Coast Pale's, of course, going to make an appearance.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with it. I like it. And it's probably going to go up to the stouts, isn't it? A bit heavier, a bit darker.
Yeah, I actually, we may not have a stout, but we've definitely got something along the lines of an IPA or an XPA, definitely getting to the 7-8%
Yes.
beers, and something as light as 0.9%.
Oh, really? Whoever gets the IPA is going to get my round of applause. IPA, the best tasting beers out there.
Good beers.
What do you prefer? Do you a pale ale gal? Are you a IPA?
I like lots of beers, actually.
Yeah? Oh, good.
Not a huge lager fan, but definitely a pale ale.
Not
IPA.
during the show, of course.
Definitely
After
not. Definitely not.
You're not going to see her on the silks, right there in the sky, cracking a beer open, sculling it. Although that will get you 5 stars from me if you do that without spilling a drop.
No,
We'll
safety
see.
first.
Safety first, always. Now, Virago, right? This is what I looked up and I was, I was amazed because I never thought of it before. I've heard it for a couple of years now.
Yes.
Now, there's one definition that says a bad-tempered, angry woman, and I went, this
Sometimes.
show. There's a second definition which says a strong warrior type
courageous.
woman. Yes, is that where the name come from? I'm guessing.
100%.
Yes.
So we racked our brains for a while to try and find a word that was reflective of us as a group of women. That's where it came from. We had a few shortlisted.
Yes.
But then Virago landed very, very, very well. I have my wonderful friend Kat to thank for that. So we spent ages looking up the names, and I think the 2 shortlisted ones both started with V, but Virago had the best ring to it, and also what it means if you look it up historically.
I thought it had something to do with Virgo myself, but I never really thought of it until I went, I'm going to interview Nicole. I better look up what this actually means. But it does. It's got a lovely sound to it. You do have one male in the show as the host.
Yes,
Explain to us who will be hosting the show.
So Henry Doyle is going to be hosting our show. So we actually met kind of coincidentally last year because our host Miranda had COVID. And so we had to kind of quickly find someone to help us out, and it was a suggestion from some of the staff at Pirate Life, and he was perfect. He encapsulates everything that there is about what Pirate Life is and what they are as a company and as a brewery, and it's just a great guy.
Lovely combination. Now I'm going to call this the third iteration of Flight because I think the first one, did I say the first one that had a jazz?
That was the second one.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Correct me. Fill me in.
Yes.
Fill the audience in.
So,
it had a jazz background to it. A jazz.
Yes. So to fit with Cab Fringe, so more of that cabaret style show.
Yes.
And I'd always wanted to bring to life live music and aerials. It comes from my background of music, and I just love performing to live music. So we had some incredible musicians from Adelaide Uni Conservatorium of Music, and they arranged some popular pop songs into kind of jazz covers.
That sounded so cool. It added an extra dimension to the
Yeah,
show,
it
which
does,
I love,
doesn't
that
it?
live feel to it.
And showcasing, different, types of arts.
Yeah. And this one's going to have the more indie feel to it, I'm guessing?
I don't know. It's hard to kind of describe it in one word.
You have to come out and see the show, guys, as well.
Yeah.
Prizes up for grabs as well for attendees.
Some prizes. Yeah, we've got a little intermission. So Henry will lead that experience.
Dates and times of the show, that'll help as well.
So we've got Friday the 10th of March at 8 p.m, Saturday the 11th of March 2 p.m. and 8 p.m, and Sunday at 2 p.m. And keeping in mind that not all of the acts are doing every show, so you've got to keep an eye on our socials because we've got some new acts.
Yes.
Some surprises. So we'll be announcing our cast over the coming weeks. We've also just released our logo, so keep an eye out for that because you might see that popping up around the place.
Shout out Just the Thing.
Yes, Justine, you're a legend.
Yes. Guys, so you could see Flight twice this Fringe and there'll be 2 different shows, couldn't it?
Yes.
There you go, guys. Come down and see it.
Come twice. Have
Absolutely
12
loved it
beers.
last year. I'm so looking forward to it this year. Thank you very much, Nicole, for your time. Cheers, guys.